What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're just going to be doing another quick market update video. I'm going to do a little bit of analysis on Bitcoin, let you guys know what I'm thinking as we are seeing a little bit of a dump. Let you guys know what I'm thinking. Am I leaning bearish or bullish? There's kind of mixed signals on the charts right now, but we're going to get into it all. Gonna keep doing these videos through our time in Miami at the Bitcoin conference, just to give you guys quick market updates. So definitely keep a lookout for more of these videos. But without further ado, let's jump into the charts and take a look at what we got going on for the Bitcoin price. So here we are starting off on the Bitcoin 3-week chart, right? Don't typically look at the 3-week a lot on this channel, or just personally, I don't really always look at the 3-week. It's very rare, as it takes a very long time for things to play out on this time frame. But we are having the VWAP cross over the zero line to the upside, printing this green dot on the momentum wave. And, if you look at the money flow, it's coming up, right? We are moving up with the money flow, and that is a decent sign, right? That is looking bullish with money coming in on such a long time frame, right? And if we come on down to the 2-week, right, we also have money flow coming up, and we have that green dot, right? This green dot does confirm in about 3 days, right? And then the 3-week, we do have 10 days and 10 hours left to confirm this. So, this has plenty of time to get, to not confirm and completely disappear. 2-week, right? We only got 3 days and 10 hours. Hopefully we can get this to confirm. Could be a good sign, right? Especially with the money flow coming up with the VWAP, right? It's looking pretty good on this time frame, right? Weekly, kind of looking, money flow coming down, VWAP coming down, right? So as you guys know, I have trust issues with the weekly chart. So, if we get that money flow crossover into the red, it could be pretty bad, right? It could bring us down quite a bit, as it has in the past. So definitely, watching this very, very keenly, right? This money flow crossover into the red might not be very good for Bitcoin. We do also have the VWAP coming down. So if we get that money flow crossover, going to be a little bit worried, right? Moving into these, higher daily time frames, 5-day money flow crossover, not the strongest, right? Kind of just looks like it wants to roll over. But, it is crossing over in the green nonetheless, VWAP coming down, right? You do also want to be somewhat careful, printing a little trigger wave here. You get that red dot on this tiny little trigger wave. A setup like that is known to bring us down quite a bit too. But 4-day, 4-day, we did get that red dot right here. VWAP crossing down. Money flow generally coming up. Probably going to come down a little bit more here with that VWAP. Crossing over that zero line. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. 3-day money flow came into the green, it came back down into the red, right? So not really looking the best. Although I do want to point out that with these money flow crossovers, a lot of times you can see, I think I brought this up in the video yesterday, you come into the green, you come into the red for a little wave, right? And then you just come right back into the green, so money flow generally coming up. But right now it is curving down. We don't know how low this wave could go. We also could just come into another big red wave. So definitely want to keep an eye on that as well. And then, just coming down to the 2-day here, 2-day money flow starting to curve down, VWAP below the zero line. And then on the daily, right, we are having money flow start to come out aggressively, right? This looks like a crossover into the red is kind of inevitable. Even if that VWAP comes up, this money flow might come into the red, which would not be a good sign. Not really what we want to see here, guys. But while we're on the daily, let's just go ahead and take a look at what we got here, right? So if you guys remember, yesterday we were talking about how I thought we could come down a little further. We were hoping to hold the top of this ascending triangle at about 44.6. We were hoping to hold this as support. We obviously have broken through it now, come down to some of our other levels that we had, and we'll zoom in and take a better look at that. But just some of the situations we can see play out here, right? It is possible, maybe we come back up a little bit, test it, and then we just kind of work our way back down to the bottom of this ascending triangle. And then, we could come up from there, but if we start losing this level, this is where I'm going to start to worry, right? If we just start coming down like this, because if we do wind up seeing something like that happen and we start to break these levels, we could be looking at, you know, 29K, right? We have that golden pocket down here by the summer lows, right? So we might come back down and, you know, at that point, when we come down here, I don't know if we're going to get a bounce from here. Not impossible to come back up, finally test those summer lows one more time before coming up to higher prices. But I don't know how strongly I feel about that. I think if we come down to these levels, it's more likely that, you know, once we break these levels up here, it is more likely that we'll come down to 29K and probably break, you know, break through this support and come closer down here, you know, around 20K, which was the previous cycle's all-time high, right? We might go down and test that previous cycle all-time high before finally bottoming out and, you know, finally working our way back up into a new cycle. And then that would be, you know, a typical bear market, right? If we break that, go back all the way down to test that all-time high, that's your actual bear market, right? You had the mini bear market here, and then we thought this might be another mini bear market before we came back up, and we still could. I'm not saying that's out of the cards just yet, but if I'm just saying in the bearish case, if we do come down and we come down to the bottom of this ascending triangle and then break these levels, come down to test these levels, and then we could possibly break these and see a, you know, 19, 20K Bitcoin, right? So that would be the time. I think I said this in yesterday's stream or maybe the video. That would be the time, in my opinion, where I'm selling everything I have and dumping it all into Bitcoin. That is your buying opportunity for Bitcoin, in my opinion, right? Not financial advice. But you know, these are just some of the things we can see play out, right? You know, bullish case, you know, before we get to the bullish case, you do also want to remember that, you know, on these higher time frames, we are starting to print some nasty blood diamonds, right? You got a blood diamond here on the 10 hour, 8 hours got 2 blood diamonds right here, right? 6 hour, same thing, 2 blood diamonds. 4 hour, you got your blood diamond right here. Granted, they did already bring us down a decent bit. So maybe they played out, but you have to understand that, you know, historically these have brought us down a lot more than this one has, right? So, so far off of this blood diamond, you know, we have come down about, you know, about 8%. And then if you come on over here, you know, what was this one right here? This one, boom. You know, this one brought us down 10%, so not as bad. But, you know, look at this one. You know, this one wound up bringing you down about, you know, about 5%. You came up a little bit before coming down much, 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 much further, right? Came down 23%, right? So you got to realize that these blood diamonds can bring us down a lot more. However, it wouldn't be impossible for this to have played out, right? This one only brought you down about, you know, only brought you down this much before coming back up. So not possible to see that, but you do have to understand that, you know, if this one brought you down something like that other one, something closer to, you know, 23% or something, you know, that's pretty low. 23, where's that, right? You know, right about here, it's like 36.54. I mean, that's pretty low. So, you know, just back testing these blood diamonds, I mean, you had them all the way down here. So they can bring it down a lot, but not impossible that it played out. I do want to point that out. I'm not saying it's definitely going to be going down 23%, but definitely possible. So, you know, kind of mixed signals here, guys. You know, maybe we just I will be honest, I don't think this is probably a little less likely to happen, but, you know, ideally, hopefully we just pop right back over this resistance level here that we have now flipped to resistance, right? And then, you know, we could just jump right back through this, land on it as support, and then come up to higher prices. But with all these blood diamonds printing on the higher time frames, it's not looking good. We got also money flow coming out on the higher time frames, right? The daily money flow is coming out aggressively, right? So this is a bearish sign. You know, you just got to say it how you see it, right? I'm not here to, you know, sugarcoat things and lie to you guys. I'm here to tell you what I see on the charts and how you could prepare yourself for the moves, right? And we don't care because we're making money either way, right? So it does look like it wants to start making its way down to the bottom of this ascending triangle. So we're going to watch that. Levels to keep an eye out for, guys, right? Let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's go to the 1 hour. And let me take off Market Cipher A. And I'm sorry, guys, if these videos are a little rough. I don't have as much time to edit, so I'm probably just going to record these and upload them. But, you know, broke through, came right to our level here at about 43K. You know, got a little bounce, not the strongest bounce, right? That is not the bounce you want to see. You want to see a nice V-shaped recovery. This is a lackluster, you know, these are somewhat indecisive candles here. So you do this is kind of sketchy, honestly. But yeah, you came down, you tested it as resistance, and then you came back down more, touched this level. Next levels to watch, guys, 42K, very important level. We do want to hold this, right? So 42K is our next major level of support, or most important level of support. We want to hold that, so keep an eye out for 42K. That would be the next stop, most likely. We could break. Maybe we just bounce around range in here a little bit and then break down and start bouncing around in this range before possibly breaking lower, or maybe working our way back up. But we'll have to see how that plays out. But right now, I would say I'm leaning slightly bearish. Just wanted to make sure I was still sharing my screen. But yeah, I am leaning slightly bearish right now just because all the money flow coming out on those higher time frames with the blood diamonds, all that mixed together. But I'm not losing hope, right? Because of the 2-week and the 3-week looking like they're printing green dots, which isn't 100% just that's it, we're good, right? But it is a good sign. So yeah, kind of mixed signals here, but definitely watch 42K as your next strong level for a bounce. Could catch a scalp long off of that. Hopefully look for your bullish divergences as you are approaching that level. If you find a bullish divergence, on one of the lower time frames or something, might be a good time to put, might be a good time to start looking for a scalp long, right? Let's just come down to these lower micro time frames and see what's going on, right? You went into the green, into the red, now you're back in the green, you're just kind of ranging. So my sentiment's kind of similar to yesterday. I would say, sideways bearish is probably what it's looking like, in my opinion, right? 18-minute money flow coming down, 30-minute, you're in the red, kind of coming up there though. Let's check the 90-minute, right? Yeah, you're in the red there. So, VWAP above the 0 line. So I do think we do have a little bit more, a little bit more room to come down, right? So, be careful out there, guys. Like I said, I don't want to come off like I'm being like super, super bearish. I'm not saying like I think we're definitely going to 20K. But we did lose that support level at the top of that ascending triangle. That was not what we were looking for. So definitely, not the best sign with all these blood diamonds and stuff. Is looking, somewhat bearish, at least in the, medium to short term, right? And, everybody gets a little relief pump. They get all excited, and everyone's like, "That's it, we're going to 100K." And hey, I'm with you. I want to go to 100K too, but you just want to, you don't want to just blindly hope that we get to 100K. You want to see you want to look at the charts, and if if the charts are screaming it's going down, although it doesn't play out 100% of the time, you got to take that information into account. So guys, I think that's all I got for this one. About to head over to the conference. Got to hang out with Crypto Billy yesterday, and couple people from the CandleMafia went out last night, and I got to meet up with them. It was super cool meeting them. So about to head back over to the conference right now to hopefully meet some more of you guys in the CandleMafia. So with that being said, guys, that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide.